It is a bloodbath in Karnataka. This is how Bharatiya Janata Party's Udupi Chikmagalur MP Shobha Karandlaje described a series of deaths of Hindu activists that took place in Karnataka since 2014. In a letter she wrote to the Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh, Karandlaje, who is a close aide of former Chief Minister Yediyurappa, listed 23 murders as having been committed by jihadi elements. By jihadi elements, she was referring to the Popular Front of India and the Karnataka Forum for Dignity, two Muslim organizations known for their radical Islamist politics. Since July, the Sangh Parivar organizations have used this letter to mount a divisive campaign in Karnataka. They have also blamed the Congress government of Muslim appeasement and of trying to shield the PFI in these cases. But were all 23 alleged murders committed by the PFI and the KFD? In late February and early March, Scroll.in went to the ground to meet the family members of each of the names mentioned in the letter. In the course of the investigation, we found that one on the list is alive, two committed suicide, and two, the police claimed, were killed by their own sisters. In late 2015, a Muslim middle-aged man named Muhammad Aklak was dragged out of his house in Dadri in Uttar Pradesh and lynched. He was accused of storing beef in his fridge. During the same time, Karandlaje's letter mentions that in Moodabidri in Mangaluru, Ashok Pujari, Vaman Pujari and Prashant Pujari were killed by jihadi elements. But what we found was a different story. Ashok Pujari, the first name on the list, is alive and expressed shock at being declared dead by Karandlaje. Vaman Pujari committed suicide. He was allegedly a direct eyewitness to the murder of Prashant Pujari, who was later killed on October 9, 2015. Prashant Pujari was a Bajrang Dal activist and was involved in cow vigilantism. According to the police, he was killed in broad daylight in Moodabidri town by members of the Popular Front of India. Scroll.in found that there were several factual errors in the letter. The letter mentions one Venkatesh, who was allegedly a victim of jihadi terror in Shivamogga. Now, there was no Venkatesh in Shivamogga. This could have referred to either Vishwanath Shetty or Manjunath, both of whom were killed in Shivamogga in February 2015 following a rally conducted by the Popular Front of India. According to the police, Vishwanath Shetty was beaten to death when he was returning to Shivamogga from Gajanur on the day. In the case of Manjunath, the police initially booked cases of murder and charged PFI activists. But investigations showed that Manjunath was actually killed by his own sister, and there was a long-running real estate feud between the two. Likewise, Sangh Parivar organizations claimed that Karthik Raj, who was killed in 2016, was murdered by jihadi elements. Now, police investigations in this case found that he was killed by his own sister and two of her associates. Karthik Raj apparently found out that his sister was having an alleged affair with one of the assailants, and this led to the murder. In November 2015, D.S. Kuttappa, a Vishwa Hindu Parishad member, died after he fell 18 feet from a building. The police claimed that he was chased by a mob consisting of PFI activists. On the same day, the Madikeri town witnessed another death. V. Raja fell from the third floor of the hospital building and died. The Sangh Parivar organizations claimed this too was a communal murder. But investigations revealed later that Raja in fact committed suicide. His family said that he was suffering from alcoholism and was admitted to the hospital for rehabilitation. Of the 24 cases, only 10 had connections to members of Muslim organizations. The case of Magali Ravi of Periyapatna remains open, with the family claiming that he was killed by PFI activists, police claiming that he died in a road accident. In the 10 cases that did involve Muslims, the police has claimed that the accused were members of the Popular Front of India. The organization, however, has stoutly denied this and has accused the police of framing its members. Though there is a communal angle, there are also other factors involved. Some of the victims and the accused are known criminals and have cases pending against them. In the case of Charan Pujari, who was murdered near Mangaluru in August 2016, the accused is one Rizwan, who the police claim is a member of the Popular Front of India. Now, Rizwan already had a case of dacoity pending against him and was convicted in the case just weeks after murdering Charan Pujari. Charan Pujari himself was an accused in another murder case. Officials say that they see a trend emerging in Karnataka. Criminal elements use religion as a cover to carry on with their illegal activities. Real estate and illegal sand mining are big flashpoints. In many of the murders which did not involve a communal angle, the reasons were mainly political rivalry and real estate problems. The accused in 3 of these cases were allegedly congressmen. Some of the family members who spoke to Scroll.in were bitter. They said that the organizations used and threw them away once it was clear that the murder had no potential for a larger campaign.